back to the Dr. Jonette channel. Today I have some giant carrots. These carrots are fully about a whole foot long, and they weigh, each of them weighs about 1.1 pounds, or between 1 pound and 1.1 pounds. So there are big carrots. When we come to Florida, Farmer Fred likes to go down to the local farmer's market and get a supply of these giant organic carrots. I roast them up, I make them into carrot sticks, we put them in salads. We have all kinds of delicious uses for them. So today I am going to show you how to roast up some giant jumbo carrots. So let's get cooking. I've gone ahead and chopped these carrots into probably about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch rounds of carrots. If you want a smaller round, you could actually chop these rounds in half again. I like the nice big rounds of carrots when I roast them up. So I'm gonna go ahead and put all of these carrot rounds into a bowl. And what we wanna do is coat them, completely coat every side of the carrots with some olive oil, and then we'll add the seasoning. We want to make sure that the carrots are well coated, because that is what helps them brown and give them that nice brown coating. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of olive oil to this bowl, and then I'm going to just use my hands to make sure that all the carrots in the bowl are nicely coated before I add the herbs to them. For my simplest smart tip, when I want to chop up a bunch of herbs, I like to use a food chopper for chopping my herbs. I think these are nicely coated here. And I'm gonna put these over here. And I have a food chopper, and if you go to my website, you'll be able to go to my shop and find a link to a food chopper there. It is a quick way to chop up a bunch of herbs nice and fine. I like to use fresh herbs, and I don't like them to be too big as far as the pieces of herbs that I want to add to the vegetables or whatever I'm cooking. And I'm chopping up. That was about 1 tablespoon of fresh thyme. Now I've chopped up about 1 tablespoon of fresh sage. We're gonna add about 1 teaspoon of sea salt, freshly ground sea salt. And then I'll mix it all up. And about 1/2 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. The pepper's optional, but I like the pepper. And lastly, I like to give it a little sprinkle of cinnamon. You could use nutmeg. I've used nutmeg as well. And we're going to toss these all together here and get everything all coated nicely. And then I'm going to put it on a baking sheet. When you put it on the baking sheet, you want to kind of spread them out so that the flat cut side is down, and they don't, so one cut side is down, the other is up. You don't want them like this, and you don't want them touching each other. That'll help them brown, because halfway through roasting them, I'm gonna go ahead and actually turn them as well. I think they're nicely coated, and we'll get them on the baking sheet. My carrots are ready to go in the oven. They're perfectly arranged on this baking sheet. I've been preheating my oven. It's at now 420 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead, put my carrots in the oven, and talk to you about the neuro nutrition as well as overall nutrition of carrots and why they are so good for you and why it's important to put them and make them a part of your diet. So they're going in the oven, we're baking them for 20 minutes. Then I'm gonna take them out, we're gonna flip them over and bake them another 20 minutes till they're nice and golden brown and just the right amount of softness versus crunchiness. For today's Neuro Nutrition, I have another giant carrot, and I want to talk to you about all the goodness that's in this giant carrot. To start with, carrots have beta carotene, which is what we pretty much know them as having, the important nutrient that we know them to have. Beta carotene, actually they have both beta carotene and alpha carotene. These are both carotenoids. Carotenoids are substances that have some anti-inflammatory properties, but more importantly, they are a good source of vitamin A. Vitamin A, along with vitamin C that's in your carrot, are good for your immune system. Our immune system needs both vitamin A and vitamin C to function optimally. In addition to that, the vitamin A is good for your eyes. It's good for your night vision, and it also helps prevent macular degeneration. So eating carrots is good for your eyes. I remember when I was a kid growing up, my mom used to say, eat your carrots so you don't go blind. In other words, that was one of the ways she tried to convince me that carrots were good for me. I actually did like carrots and I did enjoy eating them, but sometimes when she cooked them too long, they were kind of mushy and I wasn't a real fan of them. What else do carrots have that are good for your body as well as your brain? The antioxidants are great for your brain as well as your body, because antioxidants are those substances that help protect our brain against damage from free radicals, not only our brain, but also our blood vessels and our heart. So it helps prevent against a cognitive decline, dementia, and neurodegenerative type diseases. In addition to that, carrots have a lot of fiber in them, which gives them a low glycemic index. So they can be good, even though they taste sweet. That sweetness or that sugar, that carbohydrate in them, is released slowly into the bloodstream. So they actually can be helpful in helping us manage and regulate our blood sugar. In addition to that, it's the fiber that helps the sugar in the carbohydrates in them be slowly released into the body. And that fiber is a good source of probiotics for the microbiome in our gut. So that microbiome in our gut is so important for so many things. It's important for our immune system as well as for making about 30 different neurotransmitters for our body and our brain to use. So adding carrots to your diet is a good way to improve your longevity, your health span, as well as your overall well-being. So the carrots have been cooking about 15 minutes, and I thought I should go ahead and check them. They are actually getting very close to being done. I'm going to flip them and probably only cook them another 5 minutes or so, as they're fairly soft already. You can see they've got some nice, beautiful browning on them from the pan. It almost looks like there's almost little grill marks on them, which I love. So the total amount of time that I've cooked these carrots is about 20 minutes total. These carrots have been in my fridge for a little while and are a little older than a fresh carrot straight from your garden, which means that they are going to cook up a little quicker than they would otherwise. So I would, when you make these carrots, you're going to want to, I would set your timer for 10 minutes, check them after 10 minutes and see how soft they are. If you like them nice and soft, you may need to go another 15, even 20 minutes. But if you like them a little on the crunchy side, which is how Farmer Fred and I like them, then you're probably going to only want to go for about 20 minutes total. I'm going to pop these back in the oven, let the other side brown up a little bit, and they'll be ready to serve. Our carrots are all cooked and ready to enjoy. I'm going to go ahead and add a little parsley garnish to them, little chopped up fresh parsley, and they're ready to serve. Thank you for watching, and also if you enjoyed this video, click that like button and subscribe, as well as sign up for notifications so that you don't miss any of our delicious recipes. In addition to that, go to the website at growwithdrjonette.com where you'll find the full recipe. There's a shop there where you can find the chopper that I used in this recipe, as well as this baking pan, and lots more information as well about health, longevity, and how you can live a healthy life by eating right and enjoying nutritious foods like this roasted carrot. See you next time on